And upon that day, betwixt the hours of 2 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you, F.A. Deans, will be conveyed to the common place of execution, and there hanged by the neck upon the gibbet. And this I pronounce for doom.
"6 weeks we had afore my ain sweet sister Effie was to swing on the gibbet, and for the murder o' her bairn, Effie, whose loving heart would melt ye. 6 weeks, an eternity to her, locked behind bars in the heart of Midlothian, but I was counting every second.
The Heart of Midlothian, dramatised by Gerda Stevenson, from the novel by Sir Walter Scott. Episode 2.
The doomster's black words told in my heart as we left the court with the crowd, but a different tune was striking up at the back of my mind. Porteous. Queen Caroline had granted him a reprieve. My blood was louping in my breast with the fire o' a new hope. I left feyther wi' his cousin Mrs. Saddletree and went straight to the Heart o' Midlothian. I telled Effie she would come out in the face o' the sun, for I would walk to London and beg her pardon frae the King and Queen. If they pardoned Porteous, they would pardon her and win 1,000 hearts by it. Ratcliffe, the old devil rat o' a turnkey, gied me a bit paper wi' his name scrawled on it. He kenned all the thieves and tricksters the country ower, he said, and I'd be safe frae harm if I just gied them his note. He telled me to try the Duke o' Argyll afore I tried the King and Queen, for the Duke was Scotland's friend. I learned that day the lesson my beloved Reuben aye preached. There's good in all God's children, and Ratcliffe was surely ane of them. But what was I to do for money? I'd no a bawbee to my name. Our wealth was in the cattle and the bit land they grazed. I swallowed my pride, and early next morn I chapped on the door o' the Laird o' Dumbydykes.
Jeannie, woman. Come in by. Come in.
Na, Laird, I canna gang in. I hae a lang day afore me. I mun be 20 mile ayont your gate afore the moon rises if my feet will carry me.
20 mile? On your own feet? And nae shoes?
Aye, I canna wear them out when I'll need them for meeting the Queen. I'm going to London to ask her for my sister's life.
London? The Queen? Oh, you're demented, lass.
Sink or swim, I'm going.
But where'll you bide, woman?
With my feyther's cousin, Mrs. Glass.
Oh, yon with the tobacconist shop?
Aye, at the sign of the Thistle. I'll look her up. But I'll hae to beg my way frae door to door the long road south, and unless, Laird, you'll lend me a small sum to pay my expenses, a wee thing will do it. I see you're no for assisting me, Laird. Fare ye weel.
Oh, no, Jeannie, woman, wait. I'd hae said it afore, but it had stuck in my throat. Here, you see this panel on the wall? Ah, well, this is my bank, Jeannie. Many your goldsmith's bills for me. I'll make you Lady Dumbydykes afore the sun sets, and you may write to London in your own court if you like.
Na, Laird. My sister's case would discredit you.
Well, that's my business. Here, if you'd rather pack what siller you need, and we'll marry when you come back.
But, sir, I can't marry you. I like another man better than you.
What? That's no possible. You hae kenned me so long.
Aye, but I hae kenned Reuben Butler longer.
Reuben Butler? The dominie at Lippen, the deputy dominie? Son of my cotter? Aye, well, You may bring a horse to water and such a silly mare, but you can't make her drink.
Good day to you, Laird. I'm sorry to have troubled you.
I'd naething in my pocket but a bannock and cheese. I carried a change o' linen, my white stockings and my shoes in a blanket, saving them for royal company. My tartan plaid was happed around me to keep me frae the cold.
Jeannie! Jeannie, woman!
I wasn't 5 minutes down the road when the laird came harpling along on Rory Bean.
Jeannie, woman! Bide a minute, will you? They say you shouldn't attack a woman at her first word.
Aye, but you mun tak me at mine, Laird.
Then at least you shouldn't attack a man at his first word. Here's my cellar. You'll need it.
But, Laird...
Oh, woman. Marry all the butlers in the country if you must, but take it. Whether you pay me back or no.
God bless you, Laird. And the Lord's peace and the peace of the world be with you, if we should never meet again.
He waved me on my way, the kind soul. I was anxious to be heading south, but stopped by at Liberton to see Reuben.
I'd have been at the trial, Jeannie, but I've been in bed for a week with a sickness.
You're as thin as a stick, Reuben.
How is it with Effie? Did the judge show mercy?
No, but I'm going to London to get the royal reprieve.
What? But Jeannie...
I'm going, Reuben. Your grandfather served under the Duke of Argyll. Did he know?
Well, under the current Duke's forebears, yes, but...
Those papers from his regiment and the letter you showed me, I need them, Reuben. They'll give me an introduction to the Duke.
Oh, this is madness.
Just let me have them, dearest, will you?
But Jeannie, you cannot undertake such a journey without a man to protect you. Look, I'll go with you.
Reuben, you're weak with standing here for less than 5 minutes. Now give me those papers and get back to your bed. You need to protect yourself. I was walking 20 miles a day, and sometimes further. The Pentland Hills rolled awa at my back, the Lammermuirs were shouldering to my right, the Cheviots rising afore me. The weather was douce, with a blood-red harvest moon to greet the gloaming maist days. I crossed the border into Northumberland, with nae scathe to life nor limb. At last, I saw the muckle stains o' Durham Cathedral against the sky.
Hey there, missus.
Aye?
Can your devil's Scotch hooves not dance in shoe leather? Eh?
It's old Nick Stripes he's wearing. Hey, did you borrow your blanket from hell, canny lass?
I was attracting attention, happed in tartan and going barefoot. So I folded up my plaid in my bundle and put on my stockings and shoes. I could hear my father's voice telling me this fashion o' wearing out shoe leather was naething but England's national extravagance, and it surely was, but I judged it safer to travel unnoticed.
When I catch on my foot and my shoe in my hand, I glance like the wildfire through borough and land. A braw good night to you, Jeannie Deans. What think you of the bonny hill yonder, lifting its brow to the moon? Yon's maybe the gate to heaven you're so fond o'. I'd gang there with you, but my mother here's fonder o' hell.
Hold your tongue, you moon-crazed bitch.
Do I ken you, ladies?
Ladies, did you hear that, mother?
We haven't met afore, surely.
Aye, but we hae met. And though you dinna mind me, I ken ye, Jeannie Deans, and I ken where you're headed.
Waste much.
They tell't us in Newark o' the Scots lass ganging to London to see the Queen.
Waste, you damn fool. And guard the old nag trot, or we'll no get past the Gunnerby Hill.
Hold on to me tight, mother. Trot awa, Naggy, trot awa. When I catch on my foot and my shoe in my hand, I glance
I minded yon moonlit night at Mushet's cairn, and a mad woman's waeful lays that laced the air, making George Robertson flee. If this was the same mad sangster of yon fearful night, what on earth was she doing here?
There she is. That's her. Jeannie Deans, stand and deliver.
Your money, my precious, or your life.
I've only a few coins, gentlemen, but you're welcome to take what I hate.
Do you think we don't know it's your fine little arse that's keeping your gold warm? We'll have every penny, or we'll strip you till you're cold Scotch skin.
I'd advise you to read this paper first.
I would, if I could. Here, Frank, what's it say?
It's a jack from Jim Ratcliffe. We'll have to let her pass. Cause it's law.
The hell we do. Ratcliffe's turned bloodhound, working for the lawyers that were to string him up.
More reason then to let her pass. We may need a good turn from Daddy Rat before long. We'll take her with us to Mother Blood.
Oh, for the love of God, didn't he ask me to leave the road?
I'll beat your brains out, you bitch, if you don't cough up.
You touch her, Tom, and I'll rattle the beans in your guts. Never mind him, girl. He won't lay a finger on you if you walk with us. But if you don't...
I'm coming with you. I'm coming.
Get in there.
Oh, God, it's not your foul porridge for supper again, is it, Mother Blood?
Did you find her? What the hell are you brought her here for? I tell you...
Calm yourself, woman.
You were to strip her and leave her on the common.
Please, oh, for God's sake, will you let me on my way?
You bastard horse and take you!
Get down, stinking hellcat. I'll keep my promise, never fear. She won't go to London, but you won't touch a hair on her head. Huh?
Oh, Frank Levitt, are you killing my mother? And where's this you brought for company? Davy Dean's doctor bedding down at a gypsy's barn.
Please, don't keep me, let me go.
Get to your kennel, Madge, and take the girl with you.
Mammy, hear me say my prayers before I go to bed and say, God bless my bonny face, like you used to alongside.
Get you to here, you gutter blood bitch, or I'll brand you with my fire tongues. And then I come near us till the cock crows.
Madge dragged me into a stall that was separated from the rest of the barn. It was filled with straw, and the moonlight slanted through a slat in the timbers.
Well, Jeannie Deans, did you ever in your life see such a dainty chamber?
It's a welcome resting place. I'm guy weary for the day's trail.
Madge! Madge! What in hell's name have you done with the horse?
He's having his supper.
Where's the nag, you daft dilly?
In Gaffer Gablewood's wheat close.
What? The blades of young wheat'll do for her
The
guts.
constable will do for us if he finds that guzzling the gaffer's harvest. Go, Tom, get her out of there. And don't bring her through the soft ground. We don't want a trail leading here. You'll be the death of us, Madge, you crazed bitch.
I dinna ken what makes me so sleepy, Jeannie. I never sleep till bonny Lady Moon gangs to her bed. My bairns are buried in yon kirkyard, sae far ayont the sea. I was once dead myself. I think my poor bairn's dead. I've had it on my knees 100 times since it was buried. And how can that be if it was dead? Where's me? Where's me?
Rest, Madge. Rest yourself if you can.
And it is but my blithesome ghost that speaketh now.
She fell at last into a deep sleep. My mind fastened on how to escape, but I'd have to walk past Madge's wild mother and Frank to get to the barn door. I could see them through a chink in the boards, the old woman's face like a skull lit by the dying embers, and I could hear their prattle clear enough.
Listen, woman. I know you helped me in a tight place, and I owe you one. But you've got to tell me what this is all about. What's it to you if the lass goes to London?
Well, if she gets the Queen's pardon, the sister'll slip the noose and Geordie'll marry her.
Who cares if he does?
Oh, I care, damn you. I'll strangle Effie Deans with my own hands afore she's preferred to my Madge.
Geordie'll never marry a mooncalf like Madge. Not in a million years.
Listen to me, you crackroad podder. Suppose he never marries my Madge. There's no reason he should marry another.
But what's it to you?
Have you never tasted revenge? Oh, the sweetest morsel to the mouth was ever cooked in hell.
If it's revenge you want, take it out on George himself.
I canna. Oh, I wish I could. But I canna.
Why not? You'd happily see him hanged for this Porteous business, I've heard you say it.
Oh, I'll tell you why. Because I've nursed him at this withered breast. And though he bit me like an adder, I canna take his life. He was the first bairn I ever nursed. Oh, a man can never ken what a woman feels for the first bairn she's held to her breast.
Oh, yeah, mother blood, wet nurse of the loving cup. I've heard another story.
It's no me harms bairns. Madge, poor thing, had her misfortune with yen, and Effie Dean's brat. Well, I'd swear Madge threw it in the Norloch.
That's a great leap, mother. I did no such thing.
Wheesht, you laying bitch.
Are you walking, Jeannie Deans? The sun's split in the sky.
What time of day is it?
Time you were up. There's been some sport while you slept. The constables arrested my mother for the horse eating the man's wheat. Oh, come out with me, Jeannie. We'll take a dander. It's a broad day.
I will, Madge. Just let me get my bundle.
Oh, are you for slipping a wad, Jeannie Deans? Is that your game?
I didn't want to leave my gear for thieves, Madge.
Come on, and I'll show you the green fields of England that Geordie loves, the bonny.
Will we walk along the high road out yonder, Madge?
I like it better here, but this wee hillock, a day.
What's wrong, Madge?
Let me alone! Does me good to weep. To wet this turf with my tears so the flowers grow fair and the grass may be green.
What's the matter, lass?
There's matter enough, more than a poor mind can bear. It's only my grave'll give me rest. Rest for me and my poor bairn.
I'm very sorry for your misfortune.
Sorry? What would you be sorry for? The bairn was a blessing, or it would have been if my mother hadn't... If she what? There was once an old man with a bit of land and buckets of siller. And my mother wanted me to marry him. But I wanted Gentle George and he wanted me.
Who's Gentle George?
He was Geordie Robertson when he was in Edinburgh, you ken, but that's no his real name. Oh. That what you sticking your nose in for, Jeannie Deans. It's no business you used to be asking folks' names. I've a mind to scour my knife between your ribs.
I didn't mean to pry on you. I'm sorry.
You see yon magpie, hip-hopping. Yon's how the old man limped and hurpled, but nae so lightly. My mother said I had to marry him. But then my bairnie came, Geordie's bairn. My mother said the old devil wouldn't attack me for his wife if he kenned I had a bairn, so she smothered the life out of it and sunk it
deep into the turf. Right here, Jeannie. Here. And I think she buried my best wits with it, for I've never been myself since. And would you believe? The old devil turned his nose up at me after all my mother's pains and wouldn't marry me anyway.
We trailed through some woods that opened into a graveyard, with a kirk, a stream, and a bonny wee village beyond. Blossoms of wild cherry trees studded the blue sky. I sat on a gravestone to rest.
Get up, you ungrateful wretch! You'll no sit down on my father's grave!
I'm sorry.
Read to me what's written there. Go on, read it.
This monument was erected to the memory of Donald Murdochson, a sincere Christian, a brave soldier, and a faithful servant by his grateful and sorrowing master, Robert Staunton.
Aye. Well read, Jeannie. It's just the very words. Now I'll take you to meet my daddy's sorrowing maester, the Reverend Robert Staunton. He would have been the grandfather o' my bairn.
Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time?
Madge dragged me into the kirk, right up the aisle to the front. I could tell that the minister and his hale congregation kent where she was by the way they looked at her. She smiled at them like a queen, then slumped down in a pew and fell fast asleep.
Come on, Jeannie. We hate it going back to Mama's barn, or we'll be out late and my mother'll be angry.
I'm not going back with you, Madge.
Can we come on all this way to pleasure you, young grateful cutty? I'll be brained by my mother-in-law for you!
Oh, what's this, Madge? Have you brought another Bedlam Bess with you this time?
Oh, keep her off me, for God's sake, she's mad.
Hush it, Madge. Here comes Beadle.
What's brought thee back again, thou silly dunnit, to plague this parish? Has thee brought more bastards to lay at honest men's doors? Away with you, Madge, to your thief of a mother. You'll find her in the stocks at Baxton Town Inn. Go on, or I'll beat the daylights out of you with a skein.
She ran off with the village bairns, chasing her heels, tugging at her skirts and taunting her. The beadle said he was to take me to the minister, Mr. Staunton, the rector, he called him. I was to gie an account of mysel and mak sure I didn't come to be a burden on the parish.
The rector might be some time before he sees you, lass. Always a lot on his mind, waiting for his son to be brought home. Young Master Staunton, he's fallen from his horse.
Oh.
A few miles from here and he's badly injured. I'll call you when the rector's ready.
I waited a while, then in came a couple of men carrying the rector's son. His head was bleeding and bandaged, and he looked at me with eyes like coals.
Stop, men, a moment. A moment, please. I must... Young woman. I know you, don't I?
Well, I didn't think...
Master George, Master George. You'll be the death of your poor father, you will. He's worried sick. He's got the doctor here waiting for you. Bring him through, men. Bring him through.
There was something familiar about Maester George, right enough. He said naething mair, and was carried awa through the house.
Here's the young woman, sir.
I'm afraid you must forgive me for inviting you into my bedroom, Jeannie. But I've no choice. I'm confined to my sick bed.
There's some mistake, Shirley. I thought it was the rector I was to see. The servant said the maester.
Leave the room, James. We mustn't lose time when we have so little. Open the shutter of that window, Jeannie, and look at me. Do you remember me?
No, sir. I was never in this country afore.
But I've been in yours. remember Mushet's cairn in the moonlit night?
In God's name, George Robertson, Effie's... But are you no the minister's son?
I am. George Staunton, though you know me as Robertson. It's not entirely a lie, Jeannie. I am, after all, Robert's son. Would you pour me some cordial? It's on the table there. I'm afraid I'm weak with this injury. I can't get up.
There is cordial for the soul, sir, if the wicked will turn from their transgressions.
Oh, spare me your puritanical cant. Here I lie, like a crushed snake, when I was trying to save a life that's dearer to me than anything. How is she? How is my darling?
She's condemned.
Yes, to death. I heard. And I was on the only good mission I've undertaken for years, would you believe, when my horse, my dear old horse, stumbled and broke both of us. But you, Jeannie, what brought you to my father's door?
I'm ganging to London to beg the royal pardon, but some ruffians held me up on the road and took me to a mad woman and her mother.
Not Madge and that old hag.
Aye, Meg Murdochson. She's trying to keep me from saving Effie.
Hell meant her. She's plagued my life.
Meg says you've plagued hers, and she'd kill you for it if she hadn't nursed you as a bairn.
The thought sickens me. God damn her. She's cursed my life. Her and her crazed daughter.
Madge is a poor soul, Mr. Staunton. The loss of her bairn has cracked her wits.
I know. I know I wronged Madge. And her mother is hell-bent on making Effie pay for it. Oh, I see I'm beyond the pale in your eyes, Jeannie. And I suppose I am. Have you looked around this rectory? My glorious inheritance. Pleasant retreat, isn't it? The Willingham estate.
Indeed, aye, it is.
Well, I wish it were 10,000 fathoms underground, with its churchlands, ties, and all that goes with it. If it hadn't been for this cursed place and my father's selfish ambitions for me, his damned religiosity, I'd have been allowed to follow my own inclinations. I'd have been a soldier, Jeannie. And all the energy I've wasted among smugglers and deer stealers would have got me a decent rank among my peers.
We canna wish your lives a war, Meester. Our path is in our own hands if we listen to God's word.
I promised Effie I'd marry her, Jeannie, and I meant to.
Did Meg say what happened to Effie's bairn?
She wouldn't tell me. Madge told me that her mother had removed the child or destroyed it during Effie's fever.
Effie says the same.
I tried to free Effie from the Tolbooth, Jeannie. The night we strung up Porteous, but she wouldn't come.
She was right to remain, and I'll love her all the more for it.
Don't judge me, Jeannie Deans. Porteous deserved all he got, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Andrew Wilson may have been outside the law, but he had a big heart and was a father to me when I needed one. My own father had disowned me.
He seems to have brought you back in the fold now. So what's your point? Why did you ask to see me?
You're hard-hearted, Jeannie. My God, you are. I wanted you to know that when my horse fell, I was on my way to London to give myself up to Sir Robert Walpole in exchange for your sister's life. I intended to surrender in person, you understand, the worthless life of the heir of Willingham, the notorious George Robertson, breaker of the Tolbooth prison and well-known leader of the Porteous mob.
But would that save my sister?
Certainly. Queens love revenge just as much as their subjects do. A poison to please all palates, from the prince to the peasant. But you must go. My father will be here in a moment. If you speak with the Queen, and I believe you will, give her my worthless life with my compliments. It's a bargain she won't refuse.
George's father gave me a horse and guide, and I was on the road again at last. But my mind was racked with doubts. My father would maybe say that exposing George for his public crimes was a kind of providence, an act of retribution for his crimes against Effie. But what right had I to save my sister's life by sacrificing the life of another? A man who'd done me nae harm. George Staunton's crimes were against the state, no me. And I kenned fine, as the Halo Scotland did, that the murder of Porteous was tied up with the idea of ancient national independence. Edinburgh folk were angry with London for imposing laws on their kirk. The ministers had to offer a reward every Sabbath to those that could turn in the murderers of Porteous. Nobody had come out with information, and I trembled at the thought of being branded a betrayer of Scotland's cause. Yet, here I was again, to part with Effie's life when a word from me might save it. I prayed to God for help. It seemed to be his will to try me far beyond my own strength. At Stamford, thanks to George's reverend father, I took the coach to London. The coachman helped me with directions to my father's cousin, Mrs. Glass, whose shop on the Strand was weel kent, the sign of the thistle above the door.
Oh, aye, Jeanie. I supply all the Scots folk hereabouts, both high and low. The Duke of Argyll gets a snuff from me, comes in regular, and his groom Archie. Oh, what a nice man. Will you take a scone with your tea?
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Glass.
I'm sure the Duke will give you a warm reception, being my cousin as you are, Jeanie. He'll be asking for me, nae doubt. Oh, he's aye looking for news of the north from me. Oh, aye, there goes the Prince of Scotland, Scots folk say when they see him in my shop. Oh, I'm forgetting. There's a packet arrived for you from Edinburgh.
Oh, it'll be the papers from Effie's trial, Mrs. Glass. I asked a friend to send them on to me.
Oh, look, whether the Duke can do anything for Effie. I mean, King George is away in Europe and Queen Caroline's in charge and she's maybe just the regent, but oh, she's a tyke, that one. Mair fierce than her man by a long road. And no very happy with Scotland or the Duke, they're saying, with this Porteous business. Oh, aye. It's a sair fecht for poor Effie.
There's a country lass from Scotland here, Your Grace, asking to see you.
From Scotland? Well, what can have brought the silly fool to London? Well, send her in, Archie. Bad manners to keep her waiting. Well, my bonny lass, did you wish to speak to me or to the Duchess?
My business is with your honour, my lord. Your lordship's grace.
Leave us now, Archie. Well, sit down, my good girl.
Oh, thank you, your grace.
Now, what is it?
Your honour, I beg your lordship's pardon. Your grace.
Oh, never mind my grace, lass. Just speak out a plain tale and show you have a Scots tongue in your head.
I'm muckle obliged. Sir, I'm the sister o' Effie Deans, who is ordered for execution at Edinburgh.
Oh dear, yes. A case of child murder. Duncan Forbes mentioned it at dinner the other day.
And I've come down from the north, sir, to see what could be done. I hear there's a law for reprieving her, if it's the King's pleasure.
There is. But my poor girl, you've made a very long and sad journey to very little purpose. A reprieve is purely a matter for the King, or the Queen at present. I have no means of averting your sister's fate. You must know that it is the law of God and man that the murderer must surely die.
But, sir, Effie, that's my poor sister, sir, canna be proved to be a murderer. And if she isna, and the law takes her life, where's the murderer then?
Well, I'm no lawyer, but I agree. This statute's a very severe one. But right now, I'm afraid I haven't the least influence with the sovereign to procure the smallest favour. What on earth could tempt you, young woman, to address yourself to me?
It was yourself, sir.
Myself? I'm sure you've never seen me before.
No, sir. But the world kens that the Duke of Argyll is Scotland's friend. and the poor man's friend, that ye fight for what's right and speak for right. If ye winna stir to save the blood of your innocent countrywomen, what can we expect frae southerners and strangers? These papers may interest you, sir. Given to me by a friend whose grandfather did your own grandsire a good turn in the past.
Yes. This is my grandfather's hand, surely.
He promises, in return, that your family will help the Butler family in their need.
Yes, I see that. And Benjamin Butler was your grandfather, I suppose?
No, sir. But the grandfather owed to a neighbour's sons, sir, a sincere well-wisher of mine.
Oh, I understand. A true love affair. He was the grandsire of the young man you're engaged to.
I was engaged to him, sir. But this business of my sister...
What? He's deserted you because of it?
Oh, no, sir. Reuben would be the last to leave a friend in difficulties. But I mun think of him. He's to be a clergyman, sir, and it would disgrace the likes of him to be married
You are a singular young woman. You seem to think of everyone but yourself. Now tell me, why do you think your sister is innocent?
Because she hasn't been proved guilty, sir. As you'll see frae these papers, this is the evidence frae the court and Effie's declaration.
Please do sit down again, my good girl, until I glance over them.
I watched him as he read. He seemed to grasp the sense of the words in an instant. He looked up at me and was about to speak, but then went back over some bits of the papers, like he was marking them in his mind.
Your sister's case must certainly be termed a hard one.
God bless you, sir, for these words.
It seems contrary to the genius of British law to punish with death for a crime that the prosecutor cannot show has been committed at all. But I'm no lawyer, and I must speak with some of our Scottish gentlemen of the gown about the matter.
Oh, but, sir, what seems reasonable to your honour will certainly be the same to them.
Well, leave these papers with me, and you shall hear from me tomorrow, or the next day. Take care to be at Mrs. Glass's, and ready to come to me at a moment's warning.
Mrs. Glass was in a fever of excitement to ken the upshot of my meeting with the Duke. I didn't want to jeopardise Effie's chances by letting words loose on the air, so I kept my comments general. She was at pains to take me out to see the sights of the great city, and I was hurt sair I couldn't. I had to wait for word frae the Duke.
Jeannie, come downstairs. The Duke of Argyle's carriage is here. He's waiting.
The Duke sat with me in the coach himself. We drove to the outskirts of London and beyond, through green fields garlanded with forests and filled with herds of sheep and cattle. I'd no idea where we were bound.
Young woman, I believe that a great injustice may be done by the execution of your sister's sentence, and one or two liberal lawyers with whom I've spoken are of the same mind.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Hear me out before you thank me. Now, I have asked an audience of a lady whose interest with the king is deservedly very high. It has been allowed me, and I am desirous that you should see her and speak for yourself. You needn't be abashed. Simply tell your story as you did to me, and remember to look at me from time to time. If I put my hand to my cravat, like so, you will stop. But I will only do this when you say anything that is not likely to please.
Would it not be better for you just to tell me what to say, sir?
Oh, no, Jeannie. That wouldn't have the same effect. Speak from the heart, as you did to me, and I'll wager my last plaque you'll get the king's pardon.
At last the carriage stopped, and the Duke led me on a quiet pathway through the shadows of a maze to a guarded door in a high brick wall. The grass was a velvet carpet under my feet as I walked on the Duke's arm under high arched elms. The avenue opened into a garden where twa ladies stood in a crescent of roses.
Well, Argyle, you've been something of a stranger at court lately. I hope Lady Suffolk and I find you in good health.
I have been well, thank you, madam. But the necessity of attending public business before the House and a recent journey to Scotland have sadly prevented me from paying my respects at court.
When your Grace can find the time for a duty so frivolous, you will be well received. I hope my readiness to comply with the wish you expressed yesterday to Lady Suffolk is sufficient proof that one of the royal family, at least, has not forgotten ancient and important services.
I am deeply gratified by the honour which your Majesty now pays me, and grateful to you too, Lady Suffolk, for your kindness in representing my wishes to Her Majesty.
It is always a pleasure to be of assistance to your Grace.
The Duke hadn't said, but I thought the taller of the twa ladies, who did most of the speaking, must be the Queen. She was bonny and graceful, though her face was pitted by the smallpox. The Duke told her o' Effie's case, and all about my journey. She listened and watched me like a bird on its high perch.
My Lord Duke, you are well aware of the gross insult done in your capital city to the royal authority, and at the very time I was in charge as regent. As a peer and a privy councillor, you have access to the king without my intervention. I, at least, have had enough of Scotch pardons.
Certainly the Porteous case is not speedily forgotten, madam. My own thoughts on it are...
we will not prosecute a topic on which we are likely to differ. As to this young woman's sister, the question of her innocence is neither here nor there. She has been convicted under the law, as it presently exists, and the law must be respected.
If your Majesty would condescend to hear my poor countrywoman herself, perhaps she may find an advocate in your own heart more able than I am to combat your doubts.
Speak up, young woman. Tell us what sort of savages your countryfolk are, that child murder is become so common in your barbarous land.
If your ladyship pleases, there are other places besides Scotland where mothers are unkind to their own flesh and blood.
The Queen fair blushed, and the Duke gave me the warning sign, brushing his cravat with his hand. If I'd kenned then the stories about the Queen's lack of love for her own son, the Prince of Wales, I'd have kept my mouth shut. I'd no idea I'd nearly shot my hopes staying dead afore I'd started. Then the other lady spoke up.
Perhaps you can explain to Her Majesty the particular causes which render this crime so common in your country, my dear.
It's the cutty stool, if your ladyship pleases.
The cutty... the what?
That's the stool of repentance, madam, for adultery, you ken. Breaking the seventh command.
Oh, are you all right, my Lady Suffolk?
Yes,
The Duke gave me the warning sign again. I'd no idea of the hotbed I'd strayed into, but Mrs. Glass told me later it was common knowledge that Lady Suffolk was the King's mistress. And the Queen kent it too.
The Scotch are a wretchedly moral people, don't you find, Lady Suffolk?
Yes, something stuck in my throat.
Words can have that effect, can't they?
I'll be excused if I may, Your Majesty. I need some water.
Certainly, Lady Suffolk. Well, now, young woman.
Your Majesty.
You have travelled all that immense way on foot, I hear. You must be exhausted. And all to no purpose, I fear. For even if the king were to pardon your sister, your people, in all probability, would hang her out of spite. The Edinburgh mob are among the most savage in Europe when roused, as I know to my cost.
I'm confident, madam, that both town and country would rejoice to see His Majesty take compassion on a poor, unfriended creature.
My dear, your whole disaffected, intractable nation is in league to screen the savage murderers of my loyal soldier, Captain Porteous. For all I know, your sister may be part of the conspiracy. Tell me, young woman, were any of your friends engaged in the Porteous mob?
No, madam.
But I suppose if you were possessed of such a secret, you would hold it a matter of conscience to keep it to yourself.
Jock Porteous is dead, your ladyship, and gane to his place. And they that hae slain him must answer for their ain act. But my sister, my poor sister Effie, still lives, though her days and hours are numbered. She still lives, and a word o' the king's mouth might restore her to her broken-hearted father, an old man who never, in his daily and nightly exercise, forgot to pray that his majesty might be blessed with a long and prosperous reign, and that his throne and the throne of his posterity might be established in righteousness. Oh, madam, if ye ever kenned what it is to sorrow with a sinning and a suffering creature, whose mind is sae tossed that she canna be called fit to live nor die, have compassion on our misery. Save an honest house frae dishonour, and an unhappy girl no 18 years of age, from an early and dreadful death. Alas, it isna when we sleep soft and wake blithe ourselves that we think on other folks' suffering. Our hearts are waxed high within us then, and we're for righting our ain wrongs and fighting our ain battles. But when the hour of death comes, it comes to high and low, lang and late may it be yours, oh my lady, then it isna what we hae done for ourselves, but what we hae done for others that we think on maist pleasantly. And the thought that ye hae intervened to spare the poor thing's life will be sweeter in that hour, come when it may, than if a word o' your mouth could hang the hale Porteous mob.
This is eloquence. Young woman, I cannot grant a pardon to your sister, but you shall not want my warm intercession with His Majesty. Take this little needle case. Now, do not open it now, but at your leisure you will find something in it which will remind you that you have had an interview with Queen Caroline.
In the coach, on the way back, I opened the bonny needle case, embroidered with golden flowers and silver vines. Inside, among silks and shining needles, I found a bank bill for £50, enough to repay the Laird of Dumbydykes and much more. I ken we shouldn't prize worldly possessions, but after all these years, Queen Caroline's needle case still lies in the drawer with the Bible, here at Roseneath. Roseneath, an outcrop o' land in the west of Scotland, a portion of paradise on this earth, thanks to the Duke o' Argyll. Effie was pardoned, and the Duke heaped his kindness on my hale family. He set my father up on a cattle farm here, with Reuben as the new minister of the parish. We've been married years now, Reuben and me, and our bairns are grown. 2 braw lads and a bonny lass. She looks just like Effie. Effie Deans. I'd walk to the ends of the earth to save her, my sad, wild-hearted sister. I tried in vain to learn the fate of her bairn, but poor mad Madge died lang syne.
Arthur's seat shall be my bed. The sheets shall ne'er be pressed by me.
A bloodthirsty rabble beat her to a pulp at Carlisle as she watched her mither swinging frae the gibbet. Effie went abroad to learn to be a lady. She married George, the love o' her life, and rose to become Lady Staunton, the toast o' London. Never a word breathed about their story. Their life was a lie, and they lived it for a while. But you cannae run frae your past. It aye comes back to hunt you, and George, the fool, was seeking it out. An unchancy tale came to licht. Meg Murdockson's last confession afore she swung. She'd sold Effie's bairn, a wee boy, to a tinker woman, and George couldn't rest till he found the lad. They'd come north, Sir George and his braw lady, with news of their son, determined to find him. There are times when fate swings full circle, and yin storm-racked night, we were swept into the ring.
Jeannie! Oh, Jeannie, my dear, dearest.
Reuben, what's the matter? What's happened? Where's Sir George? Is he no with you?
Where's Lady Staunton?
She's upstairs, taking a
For
rest.
God's sake, keep her out of here. Bring him in, men. Bring him in. Lay him down on the floor here.
Oh my God! Reuben! Oh, George! Is he... He's...
Life's gone from him, Jeannie. Shot by that marauding bunch of tinkers over at Caird's Cave. But the captain's caught the lad that fired.
Our neighbour, the Duke's captain, brought the laddie in, a wild, black-eyed creature, his arms tied at his back. I kenned the minute I saw him. The high, proud brow, the Staunton curls, Effie's wide, full mouth and chiselled cheekbones. He was our ain flesh and blood. Effie's long-lost bairn stood here among us. And he'd killed the man he never kenned was his ain father.
Are you awake, laddie? Here, laddie. You mun be hungered. Get some meat in your belly.
Oh, I can't sit up. The cords, they're...
Here, I'll slacken them. There. Right. Eat now and speak quiet. We don't want to walk in the house. What's your name?
Whistler?
What about your Christian name? The one they gave you when you were baptised?
I was never baptised that I know of. I'm the Whistler, just.
You're to be hanged the morn, the captain says. What would you do if you could escape through this place?
I'd revenge the deaths of all us tinker folk and the Jacobites he had slaughtered. Ye and your red-coat butchers.
Do you ken what will come of you when you die?
I neither feel cold nor hunger more.
Do the cords hurt your ankles, lad?
Aye, they're cutting me deep.
But if I were to loosen them, would you harm me?
No, I would not. You never harmed me or mine.
Here then. Is that better now?
Let me out. Unlock the door.
I canna. I wanna. Unless you promise.
I'll find your candle in the straw if you don't.
No, don't. Put it down.
Well, both of us will roast in hell.
The room was alight, flames licking. I opened the door and he ran past me, threw up a window and was awa. Effie was never telled about her lad. She'd enough grief to fill her furrow through life. She returned to London and blazed bright again for a while, but no lang. She wrote to say she was leaving for France, returning to the quiet convent where she'd learned to be a fine lady to match her braw lord. My father would be warsling in his grave if he kenned she'd turned Catholic. But Reuben says I'm in respect Effie's choice. Any religion, however imperfect, is better than none, he says. I miss her, my ain sweet sister, the Lily o' St Leonard's. And I'd do it again, and mair. I'd walk to the stars and back to save her. For I do believe in my heart o' hearts that when our time comes, as come it will, it isna what we had done for ourselves, but what we had done for others that gies us peace o' mind.
In The Heart of Midlothian by Sir Walter Scott, Jeannie Deans was played by Gerda Stevenson, Madge Wildfire by Pauline Knowles, the Duke of Argyll, Ralph Riech, Queen Caroline, Joanna Tope, George Staunton, Simon Donaldson, Dumby Dykes, John Buick, Meg Murdochson, Anne-Louise Ross, Frank, Robin Lang, Tom, Joseph Arkley, and Mrs. Glass by Rose McBain. Other parts were played by the cast. The Heart of Midlothian was dramatised by Gerda Stevenson. The director was Bruce Young.